Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Barbie Morning Show. My name is Barbie Latavisi, and I am your host with the wonderful and soon-to-be bestseller, Mr. Nigel Smart. Nigel, good morning. How are you?
I'm really good, and I know you've seen my pictures this morning, so you know how white it is here. If you don't have sunglasses on this morning, you will go snow blindness.
Oh,
You will go snow blind. It
it's
is a white everywhere. I think this is. We've had one other snowfall in December, but this is there. We've got about 8 or 9 inches here, so it's very,
wow.
very pretty. Can't get around. Haven't dug myself out yet this morning. It's Groundhog Day. I didn't see the
Yes, happy
groundhog underneath my gazebo
Groundhog
yet. I don't think
Day.
it's going to come out somehow. So, and I
How
don't know if
exciting.
Punxsutawney Phil has seen his shadow. So that's the big event in Pennsylvania on this day. Whether the groundhog saw his shadow, which will tell us whether
Oh,
or
no.
not we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Oh,
A
it looks
quaint
like
custom, but I think it's a lot of fun.
Winterland.
It does.
It's
It's
absolutely beautiful. I saw it, and it almost looks like a painting. So if you're
it does.
tuning in, good morning. We are so ready to inspire you this morning. I thought about this show and what we want to instill in you. We come from a place of joy and hope, and we're hoping to give you some encouragement, some hope during these unprecedented times where it can come across as really dark, and the reality is it really isn't. There's room there for growth, which brings us to, actually, this week we're mastering our mindset, and today's topic is grit over, Mr. Nigel, grit
Gift.
over the
Gift.
gift. You know, I got to thinking, is there a shorter cut to life? Where is there one that leads us to a better life? Is there a shortcut to life? Stop and think about that. Is there? No, there is no such thing, no matter how much we want to paint a picture perfect. And I think about, oftentimes we can see others as, oh, they have the perfect home. I wish I could have that. Sometimes people just stereotype me. Good morning, Jim. Thanks so much for tuning in. Sometimes people are easy to stereotype me. Oh, she's got it made. She's got looks, and, she's always so bubbly. And, the reality is my life is not perfect. In fact, nobody's life is perfect. It's how we choose to take the journey of all those ups and downs, the hills. Good morning. Let us know where you're tuning in. We would love to know what you think about our show. And I didn't want to deviate because I can be squirrely too, and I can change topics. But I got to thinking about that, and it's yeah, what do you think about that? There's always something good to learn from the experiences. I stop and think about farmers. We think, oh, they have the easy life, but the reality is they're out there doing the grit work, the hard work. We've got military families that, boy, what is it like to be away from your loved one and have to raise children on your own? Another thought that came to me is families. For people who are single, they may want to desire, they desire to be with someone, and how do they achieve that goal when they're going, in today's time and age? It's extremely difficult to meet anyone. Not only are we secluded in our homes, we have to juggle work, life. Do we have enough energy to be out there and even dating? It's like so difficult. So what are your thoughts, Mr. Nigel?
Well, I had to think about this one, and you're right. The journey is the thing that I think it takes people a lot of time to actually grasp that. I think we have our ambitions and things that we want to do with our lives, and we don't really pay enough attention to the joy of the journey. I think as you have responsibilities and as you pass through some unpleasant experiences like the ones that we've been through, I think you start to appreciate what you have and what you had, and then you project that forward, and I think it gives you the opportunity to have a greater appreciation of your life going forward, and it actually helps you to say, it asks the questions, and I believe that life is about asking questions and asking better questions of yourself. What do you want? How do you want things to be? No, we don't have a lot of control over things, but we have control over how we feel. Um, and I think we have a certain amount of control over pointing us in a particular direction. So I wanted to turn your question on its head a little bit, and give you a head scratcher. So you said a grit over, yeah. You said grit over grit. I've shared with you all a number of times over the last week or so that one of the things I believe in is something called Northern Grit. Northern Grit is your tenacity, it's your never say die. So I believe that your grit actually is your gift. And let me explain why. The why is when you have grit, you have sustainability. You are going to hold your own feet to the fire, or you're going to hold your friend's feet to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to accomplish things. You're not going to be a procrastinator. I think procrastination is a huge piece of what goes on in all our lives, and I'm guilty too. I'll hold my hands up, but not as much as I probably could be, because I do hold feet to the fire. I hold my children's feet to the fire. Unpopular, as you know, Barbie. They don't like to be told to do things, which maybe is for their own good, rather than sitting around playing on their games or watching TV or what have you. So holding your feet to the fire, why is that important? Because it gets you to a point where you appreciate what you have and you complete things. So it's a sustainability gift. It ensures that you will always be able to fish. What do I mean by that? It means that whether it's in a relationship with somebody special, or whether it's a business relationship, it means that you know the things that you need to do to get the result that you're looking for. Whereas the gift is more like a instant gratification. You enjoy it for the moment. It's fabulous, or it's great, but it's not sustainable. Once it's gone, it's like a toy that's been played with, and then once it breaks, it goes in the bin and you forget about it. So I think manifesting the grit and the purpose in your life is a gift in its own right. And I think maybe if we give people tools to ensure that they acquire, maintain, and service that grit, then I think that that's the greatest gift that we could give anybody.
To mirror exactly what you're saying, which is, we're sometimes in this vibration where we're thinking the same thing. I stop and think, how can I summons the day? I am
Yeah.
am in total control of my day, and I start small. I make my list, and it's just a matter, and we've talked about this, just do small little things so you see a sense of accomplishment.
Right.
And for me, it has to, when I'm doing something, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about it's got to be bigger than myself. Ultimately, how I'm going to be serving people. I'm all about bringing joy and happiness. But, there's also that side of me that wants to resonate with those on the other side and give them some of my wisdom, if you will, because we can bypass a lot of that if we're open. I just wish our children would be great listeners because we can save them a lot of time. And
It's true.
yeah, we are all so much stronger than we can muster at times, and more than we can think. And we're very resilient individuals, and that's where the grit comes in. Oftentimes, based on who raised us, we learn a lot about their habits, their daily habits, and their accomplishments, what drives them, what motivates them. And we all have our own passion inside, whether it's to serve someone or have a farm with beautiful corn growing out there, or some of us just desire to love. We're the ones that are constantly, or what I'm trying to say, it's some people are more givers, some are more receivers. We're all so different, and that's the beauty to accepting that individuality and being good listeners, because at the end of the day, we learn so much more. Yeah, so I absolutely believe in that. I wanted to ask, is there anything else you want to add to that, Mr. Nigel?
Now, I would just say that we're very similar in some respects. It's always interesting to me when you meet people and you start to have relationships with them. Uh, as you dig deeper, it's interesting to find that from two totally different backgrounds and lives, we have a lot of the same characteristics and features, maybe wants and needs, but certainly strategies which overlap. It's quite curious that we meet often by coincidence or because we've come at a situation like we did, writing writing books about a similar subject, and yet we have a lot of the same attitudes about life. You talk about really gathering momentum in your day. I think it's right. Sometimes I just feel, yeah, I'm not really. And I say, no, no, come on. If you just do one or two things by mid-morning, you've surprised yourself and you have that momentum. And now it's like you can do almost anything. I think it's that lack of momentum. It's that, to use the physics term, the moment of inertia to get the barrel rolling, to get the ball rolling. That's the difficult thing. And I think if you can get rolling, this is why I'm a great believer in your mindset things, in setting yourself up, in using my affirmations, because that gives me momentum. That's a tool that gives me momentum. And then once you have momentum, it becomes easy. It's not work any longer. And I think we don't want to be constantly pushing ourselves. We want things to happen organically, Don't you think?
Absolutely, yeah. If you're tuning in, please don't hesitate to make a comment, ask a question. We're obviously here because we want to serve those who may find themselves a little discouraged today. May it be the weather, may it be a beginning of the week. It's so difficult. We're starting February. I can't believe it's February. And essentially, when I'm looking at my calendar, it's like, oh my goodness, all February is already gone, too. So, and this is kind of beautiful in a way. It's the grit. It's going out there and knowing that we have a bigger vision for ourselves and for those who we may want to serve. May it be our children, it may be our spouse, may it be at work. You have a greater mission. And I know for me personally, I do. And so I'm always looking at my wall and calendar to try to figure out how I can do everything that I hope to achieve and to deliver. But I sure wish I was up there in that snow and playing
You're
in the
welcome.
snow. It looks like so
You're welcome
cozy.
anytime. It's coming down again. It's coming down again. It's like, oh no. It's supposed to snow, I think, until about 4 o'clock. But it's coming down again. We're having waves. The bands come through. It stops for about an hour, and then it starts again. It's very pretty, I have to say. I just, I thought maybe I should just cut out today and do
No,
some
no,
things later and go
no,
and see what
no.
I have to get my snowblower out. I need to get my driveway clean again so I can get out. I have a few errands to run on top of the things that we're trying to do
Yeah.
for people. So
Well, we hope that this little message today about grit and hope and inspiration and the gift that it has to offer us, because really, it really does. It's a hidden message in there. Everything that we undergo, there's always something beautiful to be learned in that experience. And that's the perception, that's my perspective. I go into something, it's not bad. I mean, yes, it may feel like, oh, I got to do this, like I had to do this huge move, but there's something greater out there. There's greater opportunities with change. There's always something great that comes with it. Not all of it is bad. And that's my perspective to everything that I do. It's always there's something great, a lesson to be learned in that experience, no matter how bad it may come across. But today, before we wrap up, I think we've got 11
wow.
birthdays. Yes, 11 birthdays. I feel very fortunate.
Day 11.
So many friends that I can turn around and say, happy birthday. I do. I feel very fortunate. I love this forum. You guys can all find us in various areas. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, but I'm mostly active on YouTube. And I just love the ability to be able to connect with you, Nigel, with our colleagues, with everyone who tunes in. I just, during these times, I just need you guys and I just want to hug you. I mean, I've got Babette. Babette's passed out. Should I show you? You want to see Babette? Just say waking her up.
Yeah.
Come here, sweetie.
The girls are both sleeping.
Oh,
Are you on your bouncy ball
she's
this morning? Or?
so big. Look, remember when I used to carry her and she was little? Look at her now. I mean, she's so big. And she just keeps on growing. You want to dance happy birthday? Happy birthday to you.
There's a confused dog.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, our dear friends. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so I want to mention all of our friends here. Amanda K. Caldwell, happy birthday. We've got Javier Vivanco, Melvin Reese. We have Adrian Lucero, Brianna Latarzi, happy birthday.
Right.
King, oh, King, this is a fancy name. King, I can't even pronounce it, Mr. King. I hope you have a king kind of day. We have Harmal, I gotta put my spectacles. They don't match, but hey, yeah, they have a little bit of green somewhere. I like your spectacles too, Mr. King Sufafan. We have Harpal Singh, Pamela Thomaston, Jeannie Crane, Joe Clark, David Allen Delk, Patricia Rodriguez Tillman. Oh, my friends.
Nice comments there in the chat thing. They just came up on my side.
Physics, overcoming that moment of inertia. Good verbiage.
Yeah.
Love. I love it. Siri Nigel, Lady Barbie. Oh, thanks so much. Daryl, before I forget, I've got to put this last name. Michael Child, someone that very dear to us, is a friend of my daughter's friend. Actually, he's a father of my daughter's friend, and when she attended a private school. And it's just, I think it's just so beautiful to be able to connect with everybody. It just, you guys really light us up. Really, I mean, it's a really great thing to connect in this way. We are, in part, we're kind of extroverted at times, and sometimes we're just more introverted. And during these COVID times, we're just like, sometimes we just want to be in solitude to be able to take care of what we got to take care of. But we certainly love connecting with you guys. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and yeah, connect with us. If there's any way that we can serve you, we have greater aspirations. We're drafting up what our next plan of action is going to be. But we hope that you will stay tuned, that you will find inspiration here in the mornings as a way of instilling a little joy in your life. And we challenge you, do what is necessary that will make you happy. Even if you have to go out for a walk in solitude, take in the air, breathe it, go out for a run if you're athletic minded, read a good quality book that's going to lift your spirit. Stay away from the news and the TV. There's nothing, stimulate your brain. Get something in there that is really going to pay off at the end of the day. When you lay your head to rest, you have a sense of accomplishment, as opposed to this whole spinning your wheels, doing the same thing day in and day out. And if you're as lucky as Mr. Nigel, go out there and play in the snow and shovel the driveway.
No plans just gone by my house again. So it must be bad out there anyway.
Oh, I think it's beautiful.
I think it's important that for people to create the momentum and to try and don't kill yourself if you've got 25 things to do and you only get 6 of them done. Be happy with the 6 that you've got done, because tomorrow you might do 8, and then the day after you'll do 9 or 10 or a dozen. I think it's also important to do something at the end of the day, whether you call it celebration or whether you call it, do something for yourself. Pamper yourself, nurture yourself. I think that, pat the back, but I think it's also important to do something that that isn't anything that you perceive as work. Whether you, as Barbie says, whether you read a book or whether you put some of your favorite music on, or whether you do something. I know it's difficult to go out and shopping right now. Maybe jump on your favorite site, or watch a movie online, but do something. Reward yourself. We're big on rewards. It's something that is very, very easy for us to keep us going. There is a saying that when something goes wrong, it's like your retail therapy. Well, extrapolate that from a perspective of, do something like I would go in the garage, or I will go and play with my dogs. It's like, oh, have I got time to do that? Of course I have, because I know it's going to fill me up. And when I'm filled up, then I'm going to do the things that I need to do that are, with more gusto, with more enthusiasm. And if I try to tackle the hard things first, I know this about life, and I still avoid things occasionally like most people do. When I tackle the hard things first and I find them they're not so hard, it just fills you up again, and then you kill everything else that's on your list in half the time. So just some practical advice there that I know works, and that works. We're busy people, but yet we're happy to be doing this because it's fun.
Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. I can't say with the accent. So wishing everyone here a beautiful day. I certainly have my work cut out as a mother, as a businesswoman, but
And
And I'm
You going to
sending
share
everyone
tomorrow's topic?
advice. What was that?
Are you going to share tomorrow's topic so that people can
Maybe not.
get
I
excited?
don't know. Yes, absolutely. Tomorrow's topic is going to be
I know you
when
enjoyed.
the going gets tough. It kind of has something to do with what we talked a little bit. So when the going gets tough, how do we tackle that? And I think we discussed a little bit about it today. But yeah, we can we can make it all work. I know. If it sometimes, what I tell myself when things are at their probably their worst, I stop and say to myself, you've got more blessings than you can imagine. And then it's so easy to look at someone else who has it a little bit rough and puts things in perspective. So I urge each and every one of you guys to find joy in your day. Know that we love you and that we're here for you if you need to reach out. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, mañana. So hasta la pasta, amigos. You guys, everyone, have a fabulous day. We'll see you guys on the bright side. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock Pacific time, Eastern time, we're here 7 days a week live. For the next 30 days, actually, we're in day 11, so we subtract minus that. And then we are off to new ventures, and we will be sharing more of that a little bit later. So sending you guys love. Have a good one. Mwah. Happy birthday.
Enjoy the sunshine.
Yes, I will. Stay cozy. Bye, Nigel.
I'll send you more pictures. Bye-bye. I'll send you more pictures.
Yes, I'll look for it. I love winter, baby. I love winter. All right, my friends. See you guys later. Take care.
Bye-bye.